And man, that is just awful. That's a terrible thing to do to me. And this is the 5th time you've done it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my gosh.
Earlier this year, he celebrated his 10-year anniversary behind the desk as host of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Before that, an Emmy Award-winning run on Saturday Night Live, and now he's releasing a comedy album for the season. It's called Holiday Seasoning, which is set to release on November 1st. Jimmy Fallon, welcome to the show.
Sean, thank you so much for having me, and I just want to thank you. You've been a great guest on our show, and you've been a fantastic guest and a gentleman. But I'm honored to be here in the studio with you in this black void. And there's no escape. It's like an escape.
You're trapped on the show.
I'm trapped.
You're
here,
a hostage on Hot Ones, Jimmy.
I don't know. Obviously, this is your show. I'm talking too much. Let's get into it. Okay, that's how to get you. Now, do you do breading on purpose?
Yeah, because it kind of soaks in
Oh, thank
a little
you.
bit. Yeah.
Yep, it does. Yeah, okay. Can I just say before we even get through this, I love your delivery, and that's why I'm a fan of yours. This is years ago, and we had you first on the show. You're very dry, you're very smart, you're very funny, and you get the joke that before anyone gets it. You're already getting the joke. You already know the punchlines of what things are about to happen, and that's what makes you kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You're kind of a lunatic.
You've kind of tapped into the essence, exactly. Like, I'm just going to ignore the absurdity of this whole context,
yes.
right? And just
That's what
barrel
you
through
do, yes.
with a very serious
you
interview.
belong, you should be institutionalized.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Holiday Seasoning is a collection of original holiday music, and you have these monster collabs with the likes of Meghan Trainor, Dolly Parton, Ariana Grande, and Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
What to you are the hallmarks of a timeless holiday song? Like, what makes the great ones great?
I think the great ones great are the ones you don't really have to think about much. It's just like kind of a earworm, and you go, oh yeah. Mariah Carey obviously knows how to do it, but growing up, I used to listen to, Darlene Love and all that stuff, and all this kind of, so we have a bunch of good earworms and just like kind of happiness, and there's a lot of ding-dongs on our album. There's a lot of bells ringing and a ding-dong, ding-dong, ding-dong. It's like kind of not Whoville, but it's those types of vibes that make you happy and feel good, and that's what the record's all about. The ghost pepper pear, now they put the word pear in there as a joke because are people really tasting the pear flavoring?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, it tastes a little pear.
Yeah, you catch that pear up front.
Up front. Oh, yeah.
A little ghost pepper after, but nothing you can't handle. I can see
Oh,
it.
not bad. This is actually really good. This is from New York City?
Mm-hmm.
Little Dick's?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Perfect.
Pound for pound, who would you say is your most accurate impression? Like, who do you hit closest to the bullseye in your mind?
Pound for pound. You're so funny. This is why you're good. Pound for pound is hilarious. Impressions of how I got started. Someone gave me a troll doll when I was in high school, and so I didn't know what to do with that, but I go, thank you. And I entered this competition. My mom was like, there's an impression, funniest person in the Hudson Valley contest at Bananas Comedy Club. She goes, I hear the voices that you do in your room. You should do these voices, on stage. And I go, what else do you hear in my room? So I did this thing. It was like 2 minutes of impressions. And I did, Jerry Seinfeld. I did different celebrities auditioning for the troll doll to be a spokesman. So I'd be like, who does his hair? What kind of dolls are these things? Who plays with troll dolls? What are these? Or John Travolta, like, who does his hair? Like, his hair's so frizzy. Like, what's going on with this, like, crazy troll doll, right? So, like, I did that, and I ended up winning the competition, and that was my first big taste. I got $1,000.
Damn.
In 2 minutes. And I was like, it's this easy. Let's do this for the rest of my life. Turns out it's not that easy. But for that moment, it was. One of my favorite impressions I ever did, which kind of got me the job for Saturday Night Live, is I did Adam Sandler. He's a good impression to do because he kind of has 3 stages to his voice. Like his first, he kind of nervous and kind of mumbles, and he can talk about, I went to my mother's house, and she, and then the second level, he gets crazy. He's like, who? And then the third level, he's just yelling. He's like, shut up! And so that is 3 levels of the same voice, of the same person. And so I did that, and I made Lorne laugh, which everyone says he won't laugh. And he started laughing. He put his head in his hand, and I go, even if I don't get this job, I made Lorne Michaels laugh in Studio 8H in NBC, and that's what I'll tell my kids. All right, smoked onion sauce. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there's smoked onion. Mm-hmm. It's like a Funyun.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it, actually.
Right? Tastes like a Funyun.
We have chefs on here sometimes that'll just be breaking down the flavor profiles, but I think we just needed you the whole time. Yeah.
Thank you. Go to a bodega, get a Funyun. That's what this tastes like. This is great.
So, congrats, by the way, on hitting the 10-year milestone as host of The Tonight Show.
Yep, thank you very much.
Reflecting back, do you have a most profound, wow, I wish I knew this sooner revelation as a talk show host?
Use fake things. Use fake hot sauce. To be really honest, we did a sketch once where people were dumping coolers of stuff on me if I lost a trivia question about football or something, and they dumped actual Frank's hot sauce.
Oh, that's bad.
On me. Oh, it's real bad. It actually burned half my face was purple. It burned me. It went down my suit. I was taking a shower in milk.
I've been there.
Yeah, right? It doesn't really help. This wing broke in 2, so I think it counts. I might have eaten an extra wing. This might be history.
Yeah, that is. Put it in
First
the books.
time put it in the Hot Ones history books. Jimmy Fallon ate an extra wing.
Right through the bone.
I ate right through the bone. These are the best veneers, by the way. I have a great dentist. I have the best fake teeth in the business. Okay, so we're speaking different languages now. Delicious little vinegar kick to it.
Mm-hmm. And you're rocking it so far, Jimmy.
I am? Mm-hmm. You've seen people fall at this point?
Lesser men.
Okay. That one feels great to me. That is fantastic. I'm having a great time. And if we ended this whole interview now,
it would be on
satisfied.
A high note. Yeah.
Yes. I'd be so happy. I go, Sean, thank you so much. Thanks for having me as a guest. You're the best, man. We'll be right back. More best of Hot Ones. Yeah.
So, as a Yankees fan, I'm sure you're locked into the World Series. Do you have a most cherished memory from that night in 2001 when Derek Jeter hosted Saturday Night Live?
I do remember that. I became kind of friends with Derek Jeter that week, and it was as he was becoming, next level Derek Jeter. So at this point, he was still just fun, kind of rookie, good-looking stud Derek Jeter, and he was about to be a legend, And I remember he goes, dude, you want to come to my apartment? And I go, yeah, let's go. He goes, I just got this brand new apartment. I had no furniture in it yet or anything. I go, let's go, dude. So we went to Derek Jeter's apartment, and it was on the 398th floor, and it was past the clouds. It was like a Mario Brothers level where you go past clouds, and now you're just you're just looking over the city. Giant apartment. It looked like an empty Gap. It was just giant and big windows. And we ended up hanging out the whole night. And the nicest dude to me, and I remember going into a shower and seeing a stack of Lever 2000 soap. That's the soap Derek Jeter uses. Dawson's Hot Sauce. I remember the show on CW. I'm so proud of myself.
You should be. I'm proud of you from this side of the table.
You are? Yeah. I'm sweating a little bit, but not that bad. Mm-hmm. And really from the waist down, really. So so you can't really see it. It's not bad. How did Timberlake do on this?
Oh, he's great. I love working with Justin.
You did?
He told me, it was a nice compliment that he told me. He said that Hot Ones is a big hit at the pickup. When he's picking up kids from school, all the dads would talk about Hot Ones the next day. And me and Chris, I remember thinking that's a good show compliment,
It's fantastic.
Yeah, we're big at pickup.
He's the most, if you're good at kids pickup, if you're popular there, you're
making it. Yeah.
You and Bluey.
Yeah.
He's one of the most talented human beings on earth.
Definitely.
Man. He's a perfectionist, and he's amazing I remember we were doing Saturday Night Live and we were dressed as Barry Gibb. We were doing the Barry Gibb talk show. And the whole idea of the sketch is that I talk the way Barry Gibb sings. So I would talk like this. Have a great show today. And everybody's having fun, hot ones. And we're having hot sauce. And he does that, you know? So we're starting the sketch and we're dressed in 70s tuxedos. And it's all fun. And we're about to go and we start the episode with my back to the audience, which I always thought was dumb and funny. Why would you start your show with your back facing the audience? And then turn around and go like, here we are in a room full of, you know? And so we're about to go like, all right, we're on, 20 seconds to air, 15, 10. And he goes, hey, Jimmy, remember to hit the harmony. And I go, yeah, I will, man. And he squeezed my hand. He goes, I'm serious, dude. Remember to hit the harmony. And I go, calm down, dude. I'm like, we're dressed like the Bee Gees. Dude, I felt, for that second, I felt like what it was like to be Lance Bass. I mean, do I get anything if I finish this?
Do we have any more t-shirts?
A t-shirt? I want like a watch or something. I want like something, like a plaque, right? Or a belt.
We'll see what we can do. We'll stress test the production
I went
over
through
here,
the hallway, yeah.
You get to keep the sauces.
No thanks. I don't want them.
This past summer, I got to see George Wendt, Jason Sudeikis, and Robert Smigel revamp the Superfan skit.
Yes.
As a Saturday Night Live historian yourself, what immediately comes to mind when you think of like the perfect SNL sketch?
I did a sketch with Will Ferrell called Cowbell, and it just crushed. I mean, next level. Everyone was next level. Everyone was so funny in that sketch. Chris Kattan, Chris Parnell was great. Christopher Walken wasn't even talking like a human being. He was doing like an impression of himself. And we need more cow. He wasn't even speaking English. I don't know what he was doing. And it was crushing. And the room got hot and it shook. And I remember I had one line, of course, I'm an idiot. And I have one line, right as I'm about to give my line, Kattan and Will improvised and they pushed each other. And Kattan knocked Will's sunglasses off. And I could see the eyes of a lunatic. And I started laughing. And I started laughing. And then that's what got my reputation of the guy who laughs during all of his sketches. But that was great. Debbie Downer, I was a part of that sketch. I was really solid on that until the way end. And so we all broke in the scene, and Fred Armisen's in the scene. The next day in the New York Post, they put a picture of us, and Fred was the only one laughing in the photo. And I remember going up to him and going, how unprofessional. Keep it together, buddy. Yeah. Ninja Napalm? Oh my gosh. Okay, and this is right before the bomb?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Oof. Okay, don't freak out. I'm gonna make it to the bomb, and then I'll freak out. All right, but this one, yeah. Okay, this one's starting to hit.
Yeah.
Pepper Ninja. Ninja Napalm, okay. Oh my God. All right.
So as a music obsessive, do you have a pinch me musical moment from hosting the show and working alongside legends of yours like Bruce Springsteen, Neil Young, Keith Richards?
Well, pound for pound. Pound for pound. These artists are all, yeah, this is where you get distracted. This is exactly what I'm doing, falling right into the trap right here. Because you're asking a question. I don't even remember the question. But I remember doing a thing with Bruce Springsteen where I was dressed as him in the 80s and he was dressed as him in the 70s. So we're about to do it. Everyone leaves the room. It's just me and Bruce. I go, put the wig on? He goes, all right, let's try the wig. So I put a wig on Bruce Springsteen. And he puts a floppy hat over the wig, and it looks exactly like Bruce Springsteen from the Born to Run tour. Exactly. And so we leave. He goes, oh, I'm going to keep the wig. And he comes out, and his manager, John Landau, is in the dressing room across the hall from the makeup room. And they looked at each other and they both started kind of tearing up. Well, John definitely did. Like, Bruce was wearing the sunglasses. And he's like, Jimmy, I can't explain this. This is like seeing your client looking like how he looked 30 years ago. I never thought I'd get that feeling again. Went, rehearsed, went great. And then I went back to my dressing room and I started doing push-ups because he's jacked. then I'm not. And I'm like, if I'm gonna do Bruce Springsteen, I gotta,
Get a pump.
yeah, I gotta get a pump in, man. And then he walked by my dress. He goes, "You're cheating, man! You're cheating!" And came over and started doing push-ups next to me. So that was a pinch me moment. I did push-ups next to Bruce Springsteen, dressed as Bruce Springsteen. Here we go. This is the bomb, and I'm doing this for all my. Who do I do it for? All the kids. This one's for the kids. Oh no. Yep, I remember this.
Yep.
This is the one that killed. This is one that killed Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
We almost killed Selena Gomez.
I remember it vividly. And my favorite thing about doing Hot Ones on the Tonight Show is that you'll position it in the middle of the
Oh my God!
You'll position it in the middle of the program, so you'll still have to fill like 2 blocks with your mouth on
That's
fire.
right. Oh gosh. But eating more doesn't help.
No.
So why would I do that?
Oh my gosh.
Why would I do it here? You're making sound effects. And you're acting like it's hot, but I don't think it is hot for you.
No, it is.
Yeah? Okay. You're crying a little bit.
Yeah, no. I'm human.
Okay.
As a host, do you ever feel guilty doing Hot Ones on the Tonight Show?
Yeah.
Like I'd imagine.
Like I'm stealing someone else's bit.
I'd
Like I'm stealing your show, the popularity of your show, not my show.
I guess where I was going with that is like I'm sure Selena Gomez is much more dubious of your segment suggestions now than she used to be.
Dubious. It's the words like that. It's pound for pound. It's dubious. Oh my gosh! I'm out crying. I'm just thinking about me grandmother and the way we used to laugh, back in Ireland. You almost killed an American treasure, Selena Gomez. Almost. Dude, she left and ran out. I went and knocked on her dressing room door.
That's my favorite
She went
30 Rock memory ever.
She was throwing up in her sink. In her dressing room. I go, "Selena," and she goes, "Get the F out." With a devil voice. I've never seen her like that. Spit was dripping out of her mouth. And I go, "I'm so sorry." And we didn't talk to each other for another 3 years.
And then when she said that to you and you closed the door, you looked at me and you go, "She's doing great."
Yeah, I did. I exactly did that. Yeah. Things are coming I can't hear out of this side. So I can kind of guess what you're saying, and I can kind of hear it.
Do you want some ice cream?
No. Do you want to give me ice cream?
We have some waiting in the wings.
You think I can't handle this? Do I look like a guy that
Who needs some ice cream
handle it?
right now? No.
I got this, man. I got it under control. I'm not driving. And this is, wow. Am I bleeding? Is my nose bleeding? Happy Halloween, by the way.
Happy Halloween.
Do you dress up for Halloween?
Every once in a while, but you know what? I've not picked out a costume this year.
No.
It's getting a little late in the game.
Bet you people dress up as you.
Yeah, it is every once in a while. Like it's a good Halloween party thing because you can
What
go
is
in.
it? What is a vest for you? Is a costume for you? Is it a vest and a watch and a hot wing?
Well, you know what? It's a bald cap first and foremost.
Yeah.
All right, and then it's like a string holding a tray of wings.
Well, that's pretty good.
Underneath.
Are you happy you're a good-looking bald man?
Yeah, but I'd like to have that nice head of hair all the way through.
You can. It's a wig. I can give it to you. This is 100% yak hair. I got this off Amazon. That is just awful. That is absolutely awful. An awful thing to give to a friend. And I thought you liked me more and respected me more. We've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's just cruel. And it's just a terrible thing to do. And man, that is just awful. That's a terrible thing to do to me. And this is the 5th time you've done it. Oh wait, what is this? The last dab?
Yeah.
It's the last dab. Do I shake it?
Just shake it up, baby.
Okay. Last dab. Now, you could even open this for me? I trust you. I don't know why. All right. Is there a certain camera?
Look at this
Yeah,
pro.
one camera
Total
kinda
pro.
moved.
finding his coverage. Well, that's good. That's good.
It is?
That's good. Yeah. Touchdown.
God damn it.
What a run, Jimmy.
I mean, seriously, dude, I always dreaded this. And I gotta say, I'm proud. I'm happy I did this. And this last tab, sorry. That's why this is all the kids out there. And this one's for the kids. Love you, dude.
Love you back.
Not bad.
Right?
Not bad. Lemony.
Yeah, and it does have a little bit of a build on it. But Jimmy, the wings of death are behind us. You have conquered Hot Ones now for the 5th time. We're spooky on the set. And you know, to Nightmares, the haunted house, just a couple blocks away, it brings to life
no one cares about that.
the things that scare you, including scarecrows and
No one cares. I hate this
werewolves
stuff.
and rogue AI robots.
Nothing. This means nothing.
But in keeping with the deep dive on you as an entertainer, I'm curious,
Yeah, what are you curious about?
what is your showbiz nightmare? All right? Like, what are the motivating fears?
Can you just unfocus the camera just so that you don't get the high definition snot coming out?
No,
you
you guys snapped that.
You need 4K, 8K on this jam? You see, like, the nasal hairs flow out. What's my fear?
Your showbiz nightmares, like the motivating fears
up
in
there?
your career, whether they're useful or not.
As a comedian, silence, like there is right now, the deafening silence is my biggest fear. Crying on camera, which is happening now, is my biggest fear. But probably my biggest fear is giving up in front of the American public. And I'm not doing that.
There we go. Facing, love you back.
Respect.
Facing the fears, taking on the wings of death, and living to tell the tale. Now, Jimmy Fallon, there's nothing to do but roll out the red carpet for you. This camera, this camera, this camera, let the people know what you have going on in your life.
I love my wife and kids. I love my family so much. I have a Christmas holiday album out called Holiday Seasoning. By the way, this is why my album's coming out November 1st, because after November 1st, the real albums come out. Like Michael Bublé and Kelly Clarkson and Mariah Carey.
Beat him to the party.
Real, yeah. So if I come out with this album in September, which would have been smart. God, that little snot, that was for you, bud. Then I have a fighting chance at actually making the charts. And I think it would be like kind of funny to be on the holiday charts and have my album, a comedy album, make it on the holiday charts. So I think my closest to come to being on the holiday charts would be if people bought it way before Christmas, before Thanksgiving even.
Well, hey, if you're watching this episode and appreciate the sacrifice, again, it's for the kids. Get that album.
Do you sign anything for people?
Yeah, yes.
You'll sign this for me?
Yes, of course.
When you come on the show next, and again, you'll hear from my lawyers before then.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
You come on, I'll show you. I'll have this jar. And remember, the Roots want to come on.
Yep, and do a song.
I want to thank you for always being supportive of us and our show and letting us, honestly, kind of rip off your show by doing Hot Ones on our show.
No,
but we did it just because we love you and love your show and a big fan of what you guys do. And congrats on all your success. And this is great. And just on to bigger and better things, bud. You're a gentleman.
Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, everybody, so much. Oh, my God.
You love Truth or Dab and the even spicier Refresh Edition, and now we're turning up the temperature and raising the stakes with our brand new Hot Ones Roulette. It's an explosively hilarious push-your-luck party game filled with suspense, consequence, and of course, hot sauce. The game is simple. Roll the dice of doom, flip a card, and try to avoid the dab at all costs. Hot Ones Roulette is available at wildertoys.com. That's wildertoys.com to get your hands on Hot Ones Roulette. Godspeed and be careful around the eyes.